Straight ahead on CCX News. The Minnesota Department of Health chooses Brooklyn Center to spotlight its safe drinking water initiative. Plus, we meet a Maple Grove teen who is trying to help eliminate cost barriers so more kids can play sports. And the Olympics for job seekers, the unique event where participants try to up their resume game. CCX News starts right now.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Safe drinking water is a benefit many of us take for granted.
There are important people working behind the scenes to provide safe drinking water. And today the State Department of Health highlighted some of those people in Brooklyn Center. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more. Delane?
Alex and Shannon, Brooklyn Center once dealt with the high concentration of manganese in its water supply. The health department issued an advisory, and after an extensive study, the city determined that a new water treatment plant was the best way to address potential health risk. Since the plant was built in 2016, manganese has not been an issue.
We have excellent drinking water now. The iron's gone, the manganese is gone, the contaminants are very, very low and all within specs.
Health department officials toured Brooklyn Center's water treatment plant today in honor of Safe Drinking Water Week. The plant was built at a cost of $18 million and treats 7 million gallons of water a day. The tour was an opportunity for people to learn about Minnesota's invisible heroes, such as those who work at water treatment plants, and how they work in partnership with the state to protect Minnesotans every day.
When people turn their faucet on, they want water, right? And when they don't have water, they're making phone calls. So I think to have everybody be able to turn the water on and have sufficient water to do their daily needs, I think is really important.
Other cities have even reached out to Brooklyn Center for advice on water treatment. For instance, Brooklyn Center officials say the city of Blaine has reached out because they might be building a new water treatment plant as well. Alex and Shannon?
All right, thank you, Delane. A New Hope teen who had been missing for 3 days is now back home with her family. Eden Prairie police found 14-year-old Zaria Hill Wednesday evening in an outdoor area in Eden Prairie. According to authorities, the teen did not appear to have any injuries. A New Hope police spokesperson says there are no specifics just yet on how the girl ended up in Eden Prairie, but he did say she had spent time with other teens and young adults, and that police are busy piecing the puzzle together. On Tuesday, CCX News spoke with the girl's parents who talked about their daughter's unusual disappearance. Police interviewed the girl Wednesday night before she returned home.
A Brooklyn Center pastor is accused of sexually assaulting a woman he provided spiritual guidance for. Mealy Freeman is charged with 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct. Freeman serves as a pastor at Grace Mountaineer Tabernacle Church in Brooklyn Center. According to the criminal complaint, the 28-year-old woman considered the 55-year-old Freeman her spiritual father. However, the complaint says on 2 occasions, the woman awoke from an unconscious state with her body covered in oil, and during one of those sessions, her clothes had been removed. The alleged victim later secretly recorded the pastor, who admitted to touching the woman. Freeman remains in jail.
The region's busiest bus route could soon get speedier service with a rapid bus line. The proposed D line will replace Route 5 running between the Mall of America and Brooklyn Center. That route carries about 16,000 customers each day. This week, the Met Council approved sending the measure out to public comment. If approved, construction on potential stations would begin as early as 2019.
We are all familiar with the Summer and Winter Olympics, but did you know there is another kind of Olympics right here in the Northwest Metro? The 3rd annual Job Olympics took place Thursday at the Crystal Learning Center. A total of 36 adult students practiced filling out job applications, learned how to look for work online, and went through mock interviews with volunteer instructors.
It gives them a safe place to practice their skills. They've been working on these skills throughout the year, but we find that if we build this Job Olympics event, it keeps them motivated in terms of practicing those skills and using them in a semi-real life situation.
The students were split into teams with the top 3 in each group receiving gold, silver, and bronze medals. The Job Olympics is done in conjunction with the Robbinsdale School District and is made possible through grant money. At least 900 runners will participate in the Maple Grove Half Marathon, 10K, and 5K races on Saturday.
This year, part of the proceeds will go toward helping out an organization aimed at helping disadvantaged children. Reporter Sonia Goins has the story.
Over the years, the Maple Grove's Lions Half Marathon has contributed to many community projects.
We just decided in the last few years, couple of years, we wanted to direct our funds to an individual or an organization.
This year, the group is making a sizable donation to Maple Grove teen Ellie Hoyt. She founded Crossover, a scholarship program administered by the Cross Food Shelf in Rogers.
You think inner city, you think Minneapolis, St. Paul, but there's a lot of kids out here too in the suburbs that need help.
The goal is to help needy children cover the cost of sports and other activities.
I really just wanted to help those kids, create a better life for themselves through something that they love doing.
Ellie played volleyball and softball, and she wanted other kids to join in on the fun, even if their pocketbooks wouldn't allow them to participate.
I saw a lot of kids that, were wearing the same clothes every day, and it just kind of sparked my interest. That kid was really good at basketball, he was really good at soccer, why don't we know that he's on the team?
The program launched last fall, and so far, one child has participated in the program.
He wanted to play basketball for Osseo Maple Grove, and so we got him the funds to be able to do that.
The generous team set a goal of helping 25 children in the first year, but Ellie would like to help as many children as she can. And with the donation from the Maple Grove Lions, she's well on her way.
It makes me feel so overjoyed to know that I have so much support from our community. There's so many people that want to help.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
And you can still sign up online or Friday during packet pickup at Twin Cities Running Company in Maple Grove. And if people would like to donate to the Crossover Project, we have more information on our website, ccxmedia.org. What an amazing young lady and a good cause.
Absolutely. Go, Ellie, go, right?
Definitely. Still ahead on CCX News, we'll spotlight a school in Golden Valley where non-traditional students can excel.
Plus, the race is on at a local True Team track and field meet. That's later in sports.
But first, cloudy and cooler on Friday with periods of rain. We'll be right back.
Teachers can have a profound impact on their students.
And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better example of that impact than in Robbinsdale's Highview Alternative Program, where teachers routinely see students accomplish big goals. That's today's School Spotlight.
The story inside Robbinsdale's Highview Alternative Program is always a personal one.
Every kid who walks through this door has his or her own story.
Dawn Kalina is one of the many instructors at Highview who help students earn credit toward graduation, all while keeping an eye on what's next.
And all of a sudden they have a plan and they have direction. It's fabulous, and it's, like I said, it's tear-jerking too at the same time.
There's no doubt teachers are very proud of their students here and say students often just need to find the right path.
This kid who started here, I hate school, I don't want to be here, and all of a sudden, shoulders are back. Yeah, I'm going to be a mechanic.
Highview is a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place that often is misunderstood. Once students connect with Highview and they walk through our doors, they love it here.
Highview serves about 180 students ages 16 to 21 and is located in Sandburg Middle School. Students can work at their own pace and focus on earning the credits they need.
Our approach is to work personally with the students, see what their goals and aspirations are, see what their talents and strengths are, and then connect the personalized high school program to those talents and strengths.
Students also have increased exposure to college and career readiness skills.
Everybody thinks that students have computer skills because they know how to use their phone.
But here, students are learning tools like Excel and Google Docs, so their tech skills can be more workplace savvy. Students also participate in a variety of college and career fairs and interview opportunities, all in an effort to make the process less intimidating. At one of the last speed networking events, one of Highview's success stories was there.
In 2015, I was still expecting that I would be a high school dropout.
When he came here, he was going to quit school.
Then in 2016, I met Miss V.
But teachers like Miss V or Linda Valentine saw potential and pushed.
I know what you can do, and I'm not taking this. Do it over. And he was really mad at me for about a week, but I got really good stuff from him from that point forward.
Now he's a scholarship recipient at Hennepin Tech.
Straight A student, He's the president of the Student Fluid Power Association at Hennepin Tech, and the day after you guys interviewed him here, he took second in the state skills at the college level.
Can definitely accredit a lot of it to Ms. V and this program, because had I not come here and met some of the people I did, I would have never gotten the opportunities that I've been afforded.
Highview also incorporates Genius Hour every afternoon as an opportunity for students to connect with teachers or other students through electives like chess club or restorative yoga. You can tell they really care about their students.
So powerful to have that former student come back as an example.
And
so
I hope Miss
powerful.
Valentine isn't upset that we put her tearing up on air, but it was just so good.
It's
you could
so
really
true,
tell.
heartfelt, yeah.
Moving on, still ahead, a colorful gift idea for moms on Mother's Day.
But first, get set for this weekend's fishing opener with CCX Fishing Pro Terry Tuma. John Jacobson is in next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. The track and field season is racing by. Many local teams are competing at True Team section meets this week. Hopkins the site for the Section 7 3A True Team meet, and in yellow, Wayzata's Drake Daniels wins the 110 hurdles in a time of 14.98 seconds. In the boys 100 meters, the tall guy in white in lane 2, Joe Fonbele of Hopkins, he wins the event, and also the 200 and the triple jump. Girls 4x200 relay, and it's a close battle. On the left, Wayzata just edges Eden Prairie for the top spot by 11/100ths of a second. In the boys 4x200, Hopkins and anchor George Jackson blow away the field to win by nearly 4 seconds. Eden Prairie, with a tumble at the end, edges Wayzata for second place. In the boys 1600 meters, it's Khalid Hussein of Wayzata leading wire to wire. He edges Torrin Christensen of Chanhassen for the win. As we check the team scores, Wayzata takes the boys title with Hopkins second. They're followed by Eden Prairie and Edina. Armstrong is 9th and Cooper 10th. The Wayzata girls also take first place with Minnetonka second. Eden Prairie is 3rd and Hopkins 4th. Armstrong and Cooper are 9th and 10th. Maple Grove's girls lacrosse team came into their Tuesday night game with a 7-0 record and in a battle with Blaine for sole possession of first place in the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Bengals also unbeaten on the season, and the Bengals take charge early. Isabel Ernie makes a nice move, gets free, shoots and scores, and gets Blaine out in front just 12 seconds into the game. Later in the first half, it's Gabby Rosenthal scoring from the free position, one of 2 goals for her in the night, and it's 4-0 Bengals. Ava Engler shows some good speed here, splitting the defenders and getting free to score, and it's 6-1 Blaine. Down 7-1, Maple Grove gets one just before halftime. Emily Herdine looking for someone to pass it to, then decides to take it herself. She'll score, and it's 7-2 Bengals at halftime. Second half, Crimson goalie Bridget Getch makes a nice save on the hard shot from Abby Jones and keeps the score at 7-2 at this point. Herdine gets another goal, but the Crimson can't make up the first half deficit. The Bengals win 12-4. Maple Grove, Osseo Park Center, and Centennial all have one conference loss, while Blaine is now 7-0. Minnesota's fishing opener for walleyes begins at 12:01 a.m. Saturday. We talked to Terry Tuma this week about his thoughts on the opener and getting ready for the fishing season.
I think the biggest factor right now is just to make sure, because a lot of boats are just coming out of the store, just make sure that your boat is up and running. I just talked to somebody where they were at an accident, somebody couldn't get their boat started or the motor started. So really take a strong look at that. But yes, it's going to be a fun weekend.
I know you've had a lot of questions about weather, ice out, late ice out, Lake Minnetonka last weekend breaking a record, or tying a record, I should say, for latest ice out ever, May 5th. That's got to be a concern for a lot of anglers on whatever body of water they're fishing on this weekend.
Yes, they really are, and it has been really questioned just a ton, in fact, almost daily. Where are these fish going to be? Are they going to be biting? And it's really going to vary. I think the main factor is going to be water temperature. And many lakes, I had a lot of questions already asked, as you mentioned, about have the walleye spawn. Are they spawning and so forth? It really is going to be very dependent on where we are fishing, you know, further north versus south, or the Twin Cities, for instance. And the water temperature, I just checked towards the end of the last week, it was 53 degrees on a local lake. And walleye generally spawn right around 43 to 46, 47 degrees.
In general, what kind of baits and lures work best this time of year?
Generally speaking, your live bait rigs are going to be very productive with leeches or minnows if you can find good leeches, especially again due to the late spring, and then also too jigs and minnows, fatheads. Shiners are going to be appears that they're going to be hard to find. There's going to be some parts of the state the shiners are going to be the most productive. They have been in the past, and then the jig and the minnow, live bait rig, and then trolling crankbaits. Trolling usually a little bit slower, but those are going to be the 3 most productive ways of catching walleyes this opener.
Thanks, Terry. That's it for sports. We're back in a moment.
A New Hope woman who mentors high school girls was discouraged to learn many listed celebrities as their role models rather than the women in their own lives.
It seems that there were so few encouraging examples of independent women in their lives that this lack of role models limited their self-worth.
That is LaBelle Nabangi, author of the new book, Women Who Soar. It's filled with the names and stories of women and a few men in Minnesota and throughout the country who are using their skills and talents to make a difference in the world, such as teachers, business owners, and authors. LaBelle hopes the book inspires girls and women to become what she calls a woman of change.
A woman of change believes that men and women are equals and that we all as a society will start to benefit once societies and cultures start to reflect that natural equality. And she actually advocates for herself and her sisters in both large and small ways, in family, work, and in politics. So I want people to take that from the book.
The book launch party is tonight. That's Thursday at the Brooklyn Park Community Center. The $22 admission gets you a signed book and food from Jumbo Africa. Her book is also available at Barnes & Noble and sold online. A sure sign that Mother's Day is right around the corner is the Hennepin Tech plant sale.
And if this doesn't get you in the mood for planting season, nothing will. Hennepin Tech students in the landscape, horticulture, urban forestry, and greenhouse programs spend months preparing for the annual plant sale. Greenhouses behind the Brooklyn Park campus are filled with colorful geraniums, hanging baskets, plants for your vegetable garden, and much, much more. Money raised from the sale goes back into the program.
All of this planning starts in February and January. So right when we're finishing up the chrysanthemums and poinsettias for the winter sale, that's when we start ordering seed, ordering plugs in for our baskets and all that kind of stuff.
One of the unique items this year are these trough gardens and fairy gardens. Students poured the concrete to make many of those containers themselves. The sale goes Friday from 2 to 8 p.m. and again on Saturday from 8 to 8. And students will plant what does not sell on campus. And so they prepare for this for a long time. They're very proud, and they'll help you carry your plants to your car.
To your car, right. If you don't know about it, it's something to check out. Really a good event.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here again Friday at 4.